It was my honor to fight.
So many people.
That's the price of command, Torres. Every decision leads to blood. You can drive yourself crazy with counterfactuals. Focus on the good you did. We did, here. Some things, you never get over.
Altair's safe because of you. Both of you. I almost want to write back to the Freestar and ask them to give you a medal.
Now wouldn't that be the damnedest thing? I could put it on right next to my meritorious star. You'd save me a court-martial if you just give me your thanks. Might be you want your medal, though. Looks like we have ourselves an old-fashioned mercenary.
A medal isn't something I can provide on my own. But I do have the extra credits we agreed upon. Well earned. And Captain, I'm not sure if I would have done all this if the roles were reversed, Myung. But I will never forget you.
You're young, and you've got a future ahead of you. A bit of advice. I've been passed up for promotion more times than I can count because I've always stuck by my principles. There's a million ways the bastards in command will ask you to compromise. Little ways, big ways. Don't. It may hurt your career, but I look back with pride at my service. Especially today. Hunkering down in the mud for years gives you a lot of time to think. All us ground pounders are philosophers.
I sincerely hope I never see you across the lines on the battlefield, Captain.
If you do, Lieutenant, I will do my duty.
Not if I do my duty first.
Soldiers, it's time to get out of the Freestar's hair.
These damn spaces. Too many of them.
This is definitely not the kind of place I'd set up an outpost.
Oh, hey, it's you. And here I thought you was some pirate coming back to kill me. Lucky me, right? Considering the spaceship wreckage, you mean? Yeah, well, you missed the worst of it. Pretty sure we ripped through all the emergency meds that were salvageable. Hey, you know, when I pulled you to the med bench back on Vectera, I honestly thought, shit, I think I just saved someone's life. Oddly proud moment, you know? So, I guess I'm saying, glad I paid it forward.
Indeed. Without your help, we wouldn't have ever gotten this worthwhile addition to Constellation.
Man, I was so terrified when I got pulled on board that pirate ship. There it was all, sorry, brother, I'll get us out of this. Trust me. Yeah, I'm starting to see that. He tells me we need to start pretending to fight each other. Trick the pirates into thinking they need to come in before one of us gets killed. I just remember him shouting, "This kid is a killer. How am I supposed to defend myself against these early whites? He's gonna bite my face off." I mean, I didn't think it would work. but they came in. All of a sudden, we were wrestling with two of them. Barrett reached for one of their guns. Bingo. Blasted the pilot right in the back. Through to the flight console. And dropped orbit like a rock off a high rise. I blacked out. And when I came to, there he was. Smiling like it was just another day on the job. You missed the fun part, Heller. I mean, I go through all the trouble of saving your butt, and you weren't even awake to notice. Then he did the little finger gun thing. Oh yeah, probably should have talked about that first. Did I mention I'm on a lot of painkillers? So, I was real excited when a ship showed up. Then, less excited when I realized it was a Crimson Fleet ship. And then, really, really less excited when Barrett said, "It's okay, I got this." He mumbled something to him, and then they were all gone. Yeah, you know, you're really the one who should be upset about all this. Me, laying here, half-conscious, real inconvenience. Got a signal from the ship before they grav-jumped. Guessing it was Barrett. Haven't really been in a good space to have a listen. Here you go. Hey, I should come with you, right? I don't think anyone else is coming. I think Argos is probably gonna write this whole thing off. Plus, I'm 90% sure working for you would be safer. I hope. Yeah, just, don't ask me to operate any heavy machinery for a while. Give me a minute. I think the worst of it is... Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Ready to wisecrack with the best of them. Let me know when you want to head out. Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock. You bet. I've worked on enough remote outposts that I know a thing or two about optimizing them for material production. And if you're in the market for a mining buddy, I'm your guy. Don't worry about me. I'm a tough cookie. The painkillers are starting to work. I'll be just fine after a good nap. Phew, oh, I'm glad to hear you say that. For a second there, I thought you were gonna leave me behind. What's on the agenda today? You got it. Catch you on the flip side, boss. Thanks for letting me tag along.
You've given the fleet a lot of trouble, Barrett.
Hey, since when is surviving being attacked causing trouble? Isn't that just fighting back? Hey, pilot, could you move your arm a little bit to the left? I can't make out the console.
Don't move. These trying to figure out our destination. Probably transmitting this conversation right now while we're still in orbit.
Well, yeah. Thought I was making that pretty obvious. Okay, put the gun down. I'm done. See? My retinas are pointing away from the console and towards this lovely view of space we have out the window.
Tie him up. Once we get back to the base, the fun starts.
Well, that's a waste.
I have things for you.
This is Sirach from the Starfield Oracle. We are anomalous in readings. Members of the crew have been compromised. Do not repeat. Not board.
Captain J, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your
no certainty to the universe at all. Once you really start getting out there, the laws of physics kind of turn into suggestions.
You're pulling my leg again, right? What's the latest thing you've seen? No exaggerations this time.
Let me think. Unicorn. Not kidding.
What? The mythical mare with the magic horn thing? Come on. Was King Arthur riding on it too?
Okay, it was more of an extremophile in the vague shape of a horse. But my point still stands. You need an open mind out there. You go into the far reaches of space too tightly wound, your brain is just gonna pop like a soda can. Holy shit. You actually found me.
I wish I could say this is the first time this has happened with Barrett. But, well, it isn't.
Well, this is turning into a regular Constellation party, isn't it? I should have brought drinks. Matsura the Grim here and I actually have a lot in common.
Both escape artists. Being captured by Sistef myself plenty of times.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Relativity. We're all just creatures of the universe trying to get away from what's after us. Well, you didn't need to worry too much. Matsura the Grim here is actually a wonderful host.
No reason captivity should be unpleasant.
See, that's what I mean, Matsura. Real considerate.
I have enjoyed our time together, Barrett. But I can't just let you go with nothing to show for it. Is Constellation willing to pay ransom in exchange for this man's freedom?
We do have some insurance set aside for this exact problem.
Does that mean you'll be paying me, Miss...
We don't need to be introduced. Here's your money. And we would appreciate it if you could spread the word in the Crimson Fleet that Barrett shouldn't be harassed. It's not working out for any of us.
That's a fair point. But I can't control a man's reputation.
Do what you can. A suggestion to the right ears can work wonders.
Very well. Goodbye to you all. I have enjoyed this little exchange.
See you around, Matsura. I mean, well, you know, hopefully not.
He's free to go. I do not encourage you to return.
while we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo. Here, I have something for you. Oh, you're incorrigible. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know. I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours. Yeah, what is it? Sure, whatever you need. Just stay safe.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of us were.
I see what you did there, Walter. And I know you've been secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried.
Don't start, Country.
Wait, is that? And to think the first artifact was taking up dust on the library shelf. Now look at them all. You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around? Help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe. It doesn't really matter to me. Never get too attached to ships. After the 5th or 6th time one blows up and you get marooned, the romance fades. Plus the Frontier is a constellation ship. And you're one of us now. So it's just as much yours as mine at this point. Marvelous.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent.
A moment, Barrett. We never finished our conversation about your little soiree on the Eye.
Here we go. Look, I already said I was sorry. What else is there to discuss?
Well, there's the small matter of a bill I recently received. 5,000 credits for assorted petty fours. You want to tell me the real story there, Barrett? You and Vladimir don't exactly strike me as the petty fours type. More like beer and pretzels, if you ask me.
Listen, Sarah, we were hosting a party and I don't know what to say. You have to... That's right.
The Eye isn't your personal vacation home. It's a delicate instrument. If you don't want me to revoke your docking rights...
No need to say another word, Skipper. I read you loud and clear. Oh, and I'll settle that bill for the petted fours. Don't
It's
even
been...
worry about that.
Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right? I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen, but we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around. Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that, for a variety of reasons. But I'll take it as a positive sign for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Anything I can learn from is a help. See you later.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
Need something? Yes. Continue, please. I think about it a lot. There's so many possibilities. Some wonderful, some terrifying. I'm not a fearful man, but I am just a man. And I'm keenly aware that this artifact could change my life. Or end it. I think it's pretty clear now there's a possible correlation between the visions and the powers. Of course, correlation isn't necessarily causation. Once is a fluke, twice is a coincidence, and so forth. But once I get back into academic mode, I'll be writing a paper that will suggest the connection is valid. Obfuscating the identities of the powered, of course, which means we all get code names. Fun, right? On Bendy? No, wait, it was Kazal. I can feel Lynn's admonishing stare boring a hole in my back. She's not actually standing behind me, is she? Well, point is, my story's probably a lot like yours. We dug a pit, found some really wonky readings, and followed them to the artifact. Well, when I picked it up, I had no idea what it was. I knew it was something spectacular, though. I saw a vision. Flashing lights, the whole shebang. Sure, like what? Let's see. I've been in Constellation for a long time, as you know. I enjoy cheese, my work, and long walks on unexplored planets. What else did you want to know about? Anytime. Should I be nervous? Well, okay then.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
What's on your mind? Sure, just let me move some things around. Well, that's all I have, too.
damage. Reprocessing massive damage. System failed. Dropping damage.
Place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science.
You ready to head out? Okay. We'll meet you on board your ship. Talk more when we get there. Once we land on Aquila, it's gonna be you and me. So if you want to do any freewheeling before then, Cora and I will just be riding passenger.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has.
Excuse
That you know
what?
something no one else does.
Tired of me already? Well, we can cover more space separately this way.
All right, we're here. You ready? Because once we get started, I'm gonna be riding your tail till this is over. She stays with the ship, usually. Got a few more years to go before I let her swill whiskey in some backwater bar. There's something you should know up front. I'm a Co. As in Solomon Co., first man on Aquila. That tale I mentioned before, the one I think is connected to an artifact, it's something of a family legend. After planetfall, Solomon spent years mapping Aquila, and he found a tiny little patch of nothing on his sensors. The kind of nothing an artifact produces. He called it the Empty Nest. Said it was a place even the wildlife of Aquila wouldn't go. Because you'll find a whole lot of nothing. Gravitational anomalies are a little hard to pick up in an area with tons of starship traffic. Not to mention all the electronics from the city, and security scramblers that the Free Star or smugglers on the frontier put down. Yeah, and the Coast have been coasting on that for 10 generations now. Solomon's always a larger-than-life figure if you read the histories, but if you just listen to a few recordings of the man, he was simple. Just wanted to keep moving forward. Yeah, sorry. Thought you were just being polite, not mentioning it at all. A lot of people who don't know me assume my last name is Co because the name's so damn popular in the Freestar Collective. Thanks to Solomon. Once they find out I'm part of the Legacy, things get complicated. So I try not to advertise it. Solomon's maps are locked up tight in the local gal bank. We'll be heading there.
Services tech is in the heart of the room.
Okay, now remember, Solomon was from an earlier generation, so it's not gonna be on a slate. Big bundles of paper is what we're after. All right, let's see. Oh, no. Jacob. Of course that old mule saw this coming. You gonna be like this the whole way? Damn it. I was hoping to avoid the estate. Cora's gonna be so mad. Because I told her we wouldn't have time to check in with her. Look, I was trying not to do this, okay? We really gotta do this? Yeah, well, I don't gotta say it. I know, it's just... it's personal. Had to pull that one out, did you? All right, fine. He's my dad, okay? We're not exactly on friendly terms. He probably figured I'd come for the maps at some point. Got ahead of me. Family business just wasn't something I wanted to get into, you know? Oh, God, that's the worst part. They're thick as thieves. Last thing I need is Jacob in her life. Let's leave it at that. One thing's got nothing to do with the other. I was hoping for a quick in and out. No muss, no fuss. Turns out my luck didn't hold. Listen, there's gonna be a whole lot more of this ahead if I need to talk to my old man, so... I'll try. But... get ready for it.
Sounded intense.
Esther are sometimes spotted by the law.
Well. Sam Coe finally decides to darken our doorstep. Oh? And what's that? You come to your senses? Realize where you ought to be for once?
I ain't asking again.
You ain't asked once. Let's hear it. I want you to say the words about what's more important to you than family.
Okay, this was a mistake.
The only mistake I'm seeing here is you. Bringing your Constellation lackey here instead of my granddaughter. Come to help Sam loot his ancestry? You're not getting those maps. Full stop.
I got just as much right to those maps as anyone else in this family.
That's exactly right, Sam. We all share Solomon's legacy. Only some of us are around to live up to it, and some of us aren't.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's you and I talk. In private.
Welcome home, Sam. Make your visit short, okay? It's what you do.
Give me a sec. All right, let's talk options. No, I don't. It's just... It's been a while, but this is how it goes. Every time. Okay. That's not bad. Just, give me a minute to brace myself, okay? Round 2 with the old mule can be even worse than round 1. Next time you talk to Jacob, tell him I want a word with him. That'll be our cue. You slip away and I'll keep him busy.
What is it this time, Constellation? Well, you take care of yourself. Sam's Constellation lackey here to bother me again? You mean besides the fact that you're some independent group that doesn't know where your loyalties lie? Or are you referring to the fact that my granddaughter lives in your clubhouse rather than in her family home? Well, that's not your decision, is it? It's co-property by birthright. It stays here. You really believe that, don't you? Maybe you're right. Can't believe I'm saying this. But if I'll get you out of my hair, then fine. You can have the maps. They're in the other room. Here. Key.
Let's see if we can find the empty nest. All right, let me think. The way I heard it, the readings he was getting were normal at first, then they bottomed out. And no creature, alien or otherwise, would dare step inside. There. Found it. Oh, boy. That's a problem. First, it's in the middle of the frontier, which we already expected. No problems there, but the usual tussling with alien wildlife. But the empty nest is a cave right in the middle of Shawgang territory. Same outlaws who held up Galbank. Criminal groups in Aquila always find a way. But they usually have to keep on the move to avoid the Ashta. Well, it could just be a coincidence that the cave we want happens to be where the Shaw gang runs around. But something doesn't feel right. Hey, if they're willing to trade, all the better. But the Shaw gang is, shoot first kind of outfit. All right, time's a-wasting. Let's get to that cave.